tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hilco empath, and I just like to do these little talks on how I feel about things, how I see things, my interpretation. Excuse me. It's the creamer. I treated myself to a cup of coffee this morning. I put the creamer in it. Cinnamon vanilla cream. Dude, it's full of chemicals and crap, and I get this is the consequence of it, but it tastes good. Think about how many freaking things we do to ourselves because of instant gratification. Or gratification. Any kind of gratification. What's gratification? Elation. What's elation? Raise in vibration. That's all that is, you know. Music does it. Being around your friends and your family does it. Compliments do it. Sweets do it. Chocolate does it. It's a good one. Alcohol does it for a little while, but then the dip gets you. It's toxic. It's poison. Toxicity. People get so desperate. I know guys that freaking, you know, get into trouble with alcohol, and then they, you know, I help them stay sober and stuff, and then year to the day later, they're at it again. As soon as the heat's off, you know. Then later, the freaking same guy freaking ended up killing a girl on the back of his motorcycle, but, I don't know. He has got a good life now. He's out of prison now and, you know, living someplace with his wife and kids, so hopefully those helping him, his wife and kids help him, you know, heal his demons so he doesn't have to keep saturating them with freaking booze. Dude, anybody know any drunks that are really rad and that are highly successful? Anybody know any of those? I'm looking for them. I'd like to meet one. Yeah. Somebody that drank like I did. So I was a drunk. Yeah. But once you, you know, come into your self-awareness, it takes a lot of freaking effort, and a lot of people can't do it. They just can't. They don't have the time to do it. It is freaking time-consuming to become self-aware, because you have to get quiet, and you have to stay quiet, and you have to remove, and that all the distractions have to get removed from you, and, well, how many people in life does that happen to, you know? Isolation. How many people are truly isolated? I'm in the middle of a town, you know, sometimes I feel like I'm the only person on the planet, you know, and I know I'm not. That's irrational. Anyway, yesterday I did a live because I got all twisted. I'm like, I wonder how many people are really on this planet, because I don't believe the people that tell us the numbers, you know. I wonder how, because I don't think the world is as big as people say it is, you know. And at the end of my video, I talked about how, because I Googled 100 biggest counties, or 100 most populated counties in California, because I figured there's more of 100, and then I added all those up and got a number that was about half of what the census said, and then I, after the fact, I Googled how many counties are in California, and then it said 58, but then when I went to investigate that, the list was like 114, so the thing is data is so saturated that there's really no way to verify the reality of any piece of information that's provided for us. And I say that a lot, and I guess that there's some places, you know, that's not true, like mathematics, but the thing is I don't like math anyway, because I had a teacher in my formative years, my sophomore year, an pre-algebra teacher, and then, you know, I was all excited because I felt like I was learning stuff, you know. He's like, math is a constant. That's what, you know, in my life growing up was so inconsistent. I was like, finally, something that's constant, you know. So I was freaking excited about it. And then freaking very next week, started talking about exceptions to rules and stuff. And then it was out the window after that. Exceptions aren't consistent. So I didn't believe anything else that was said after that, and I struggled my whole life in math. But the best math teacher I ever had was a nice little lady from India, Tankum Samuels. She was at a community college in Omaha, Nebraska, and she was so kind. She didn't have to be kind. People don't have to be kind, but it's so not. And most of the time, people aren't, you know? One of the reasons why I knew it was time for me to leave Omaha is because, yeah, people kept letting doors close in my face, and I was like, well, they don't want me here. You know, They don't hold doors open. It's rude. It's impolite. So, what else was I going to talk about today? Oh, I got a picture. You know, it's all. I don't usually. I don't have. One of the reasons why I started this channel is because I have a couple of. I have some family that lives out of town. So when my nieces get a little bit older, they can grow up and catch up to see what I was doing. I used to always imagine having a show when I was a kid, and I was always like out in nature, you know, like Dolly Parton singing under the trees. I don't know if she ever did a video outside of her singing under the trees. Maybe that was Juice Newton or Playing with the Queen of Hearts. You know, all this stuff that has happened in history, you know, people don't even know about. That's why time's so weird. This is how I look at time. Yeah, it's right now. Present is all the gifts we got. When you have a foot in the past and a foot in the future, you're just pretty much crapping on today. Those aren't my words. I modify them a little bit, but anyway. So time is really weird. So recently, when I was a kid, because things don't taste the same anymore, and it's hard to determine it because there's so many chemicals and crap in food, or if it's our taste buds that change, you know. But every now and again, you come across a flavor that's consistent, and it's like visiting with an old friend, you know. Because I think a lot of distance in the world is because of inconsistency. It causes unfairness and imbalance and injustice and then indifference. I found this. This is something I used to drink when I was high school, 15. New York Seltzer Raspberry. It tastes exactly the same, so that tells me that my taste buds are still consistent. Because there's still some consistency in the world. I'm looking for consistency with my tube in addition to a video diary from Miss Sabrina's. I'm also looking for some people like me, because I'm not interested in stuff that ain't real, that stuff don't matter, and that's pretty much all things related to sports, pro sports. No, it's one thing, watching kids on a playground or playing t-ball or baseball for fun, you know, but then you can tell when the kids don't want to play anymore. Then it's not fun. Then that starts coming out sideways in all kinds of ways. You know, but they're just doing what their parents told them. See, you notice that the people, I've noticed that the people that play the sport because they like it, I don't know, they're a lot more happier in life. Even though they're all making millions and millions of dollars, but I don't know, people are finding out money don't count. Yet, there's more of it on the planet than any other time in any kind of recorded history. It ain't backed by anything, but, you know, more and more people are getting a lot of it, you know, so maybe that's telling me that there's enough to go around. Maybe things are shaking up, so, you know, and in my mind, it's like, if there's enough for everyone, you know, then why don't people just behave like there ain't none? Why don't they look at it like that? You know, not a lot of people like me for one reason or another. There are plenty of people that do. I just want to give people some food for thought. You know, I offer food for thought, things to think about, because I get tired of the freaking things that people impose, you know, tell me to think about. Politics, it's another reindeer game, dude. It's all make up a bunch of freaking people that are so inconsistent with themselves that just keep changing the rules. They just, you know, before I went to college for IT, I was so excited. I wanted to learn everything about computers and programming and all about it, and I was so excited. But you know, in any paradigm, you can have the paradigm, but then you have the people that work in it. People can ruin everything. You know, I try to draw myself to the helpers, but people are so full of fear that everyone's all closed off, you know, and who wants to help? Not to say that there aren't. I'm just saying they're hard to find. They're few and far between. People talk. They lie. You know, I'm a helper, look at me. Until something serious happens, and then, pew! I talk about helping, listen to me. You know, where are their feet? I don't know. God forbid one day something serious happens and I'm a runner, because then I'd be a fraud. But I've always run into it. I'm the one that runs into the fire. I'm a first responder, and I don't even get paid $90,000 a year. You know, I'm the one that's there when it happens. Then I'm helping until the freaking people that get paid all the money show up. Yeah, I got this, but go ahead and take over. You know? Then they're like, oh, You make us look bad because you have no prior training, but you did it just as good as we did. So let's put charges on her. Make an example, you know, and then who wants to help? Like, you know, woman who was stuck in a custody suit and, you know, leaving court, her husband, estranged husband, ran her off the road. There was an altercation. So she was afraid of the man, you know. She'd explain in court he's dangerous, you know. And then so she gathered up all his guns and took him to the police station, and then she got arrested for grand theft. Good old boys. That's why I'm gay. Maybe I wouldn't be. You know, I used to watch shows like Andy Griffith, you know, where men were in integrity and did the right thing. And he was also slim and fit. And I just keep seeing all these videos. I see all these videos. It doesn't make sense. See, when you're in the military, they make you... I had a bunch of fat dudes all the time telling me to go to the gym, put me on the weight management program. You know, their necks are like this. You know, they haven't seen their freaking legs or anything below their guts in freaking 15 years. And, you know, they're saying, you need to go to the gym. All right, I will. Worked out for me, okay. 45, not bad, you know. Thanks. You know, so where are they now? Retired, just bye. You know, whatever. Consume. Maybe you wouldn't have been at the gym with me, you wouldn't feel so bad about yourself. That whole incomprehensible demoralization, yeah. So, this ain't gender specific either. This is, you know, this is women too. Women are like this too. Because women will want to, you know, it's a control thing. And I don't want control. I don't want to freaking be in charge, dude. I don't want to be responsible for any freaking what other knucklehead and lazy people do. I don't want that happening on my watch. And maybe if more people, you know, of integrity started stepping forth, you know, maybe that circle would get bigger. But I'll just keep waiting, you know. I'll keep waiting till I keep finding people that there's an actual energy exchange, you know. Direct and alternate current. AC and DC flow. You know, I used to do that. I used to give, anyway, wait, I started talking about something else that I was going to finish. What was it? And this song ain't going to help. That's divine, see? It's divine. Oh, I was talking about this in time, and then I'll wrap up on that. You know, so many people, this takes me back to right there. Things that happened when I was drinking this, hanging out with my friends, you know? I mean, how much of this is like memory taste. You know, memory taste takes you back in time. Time ain't real, because our memories are just as vivid as like when we dream. I just always think dreams are what our spirits are traveling through different dimensions, why our bodies recharge and our cells regenerate as we sleep. Yeah. And the cleaner you keep your system, the easier it is for your body to regenerate its cells. And, you know, oh, that's what I was talking about. Fitness. And fitness. I watch all these videos because there's always shootings and stuff, you know. When you're in the Air Force, you have to maintain, you know, a certain weight standard and BMI and all that shit. And, according to some guy. And, you know, because, fit people keep medical costs down, right? And God, Lord knows. And when you're in the military, you don't ever get a bill for any kind of freaking, procedure that you ever have. You just go and have it done. It's kind of, I mean, but, you know, that's universal health care for a select few. But don't do that on a big scale. Whatever. So, I just keep seeing, I'd like to see that a thing. How many, because if somebody's fit, they're more likely to be well-adjusted and balanced. It's, you know, but obesity is a sign of imbalance. So when I see all these, you know, really big cops, I just so worry about their health, you know, and you know, heart disease so prevalent and stuff like that, and how their health is going to impact taxpayers, because, you know, you pay for their insurance too. Yeah, so love all the stuff that's changing, love it, You know? Don't, when you get a lot of freaking energy, I had a rush today. I had a nice little dance party. Yep. Dance it out. You know? It's that stuff and then hold it in. People get all twisty and weird and then come up with twisty, weird freaking endeavors to release that energy, and it's gross. So stay on the bright side. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.